Hello everybody, I am Lacquer Lover, and today I'm back with this BTS Airplane Part 2 nail art tutorial. This is just a design based off of their music video for the Japanese version of Airplane Part 2 that was just recently dropped, and I also included their album cover in the design. I was planning to get this tutorial up before the release date of Burn the Stage the movie, and although I'm unable to do that now because it is already November 15th as I'm recording this voiceover, I still wanted to film this video and show you guys how to recreate this nail art for whenever you guys want to do that. So I hope you guys still enjoy watching this video and recreating this nail art. So without further ado, let's get started with the tutorial. For the index finger, apply a sheer nude, then black to the middle fingernail, and then a tan beige color to your ring and pinky fingernails, and then white to the thumbnail. For the index finger, I've already drawn kind of like a black rectangle around the outside, and then on the inside I'm just drawing a bunch of zigzagged lines or kind of sloped lines that will intersect. And once I have kind of like the first few lines, then you go in between and draw some lines. It should turn out like that, and then you go ahead and draw some horizontal lines, and then I just start filling in the shape. So I use orange, yellow, and like this reddish color, and I didn't show the entire process because it's pretty self-explanatory. For the outside frame part, I also painted it a sheer turquoise. And then for the middle finger, you want to start with a radial gradient. I started by drawing a black circle, and then I filled it in with white, and then I went ahead and sponged that onto the center. And then I went ahead with a silver chrome polish and started drawing a kind of rounded rectangle that would represent the top of the mic. And then I filled that in, and then at the base you want to draw like a smaller rounded rectangle. And then there will be a line extending from that point to the tip of your nail, and then you use black polish to kind of separate the parts and also to show some depth. And then obviously your mic has some kind of like slits in it, so you want to do that to both sides of that rectangle. And then I mixed some white and like a clear polish with chrome polish, and that creates kind of like a lighter shade for highlights, and I also use white for highlights as well. For the ring fingernail, start with a tan color and just draw one stripe, then go on the other side of your nail, leaving a bit of a gap between the stripes. Then I filled in the space between with a coppery glitter polish. Then I just proceeded to draw more stripes from the left and the right of that, and I used like this kind of mucky glittery green polish and then brown. Once you're done, take an orange polish and draw a ring around your nail. And then for the pinky nail, I use this terracotta red shade that is actually the same that I used to fill in the pattern for the index finger, and I started drawing this kind of floral pattern that resembles the pattern on Jin's shirt. So for this you can get kind of messy, but you definitely want to keep the lines really thin because it's quite an intricate pattern. So if your lines are thick, they're going to kind of start bleeding and running into each other, and the pattern won't look as neat or dainty as it's supposed to be. For the thumb, I start with a sheer blue polish. I just mixed clear polish with all of my other polishes to create the colors that I'm using on my thumbnail. So anyways, I start drawing the right side of the BTS logo. And then I also started drawing another rectangle. So basically this is the album cover, and that's made up of a lot of glass panes. Then to the left of that, I took my sheer pink polish and drew the other part of the logo. And then I went ahead with the sheer blue and I started drawing in more rectangles, but they come in at different angles, so you have to keep that in mind. And if they start bleeding into each other, then you can just take like darker blues or lighter blues to kind of add shadows or highlights. And then in between the logo, I also added a bit of this sheer yellow because I noticed in the picture that there's like this yellow paint that goes behind. And then as you can see, I did start using just the blue without mixing any clear polish into it, and just start outlining it to give it some depth. And then to the left of the pink part, you want to just draw in the orange paint, but this part has a lot of overlapping paint, so you're gonna see a lot of like mixing of colors. You might have to mix like some pinks and purples and blues to get the desired shades. And then I also used yellow because the paint extended further than how I previously drew it. And then there's also this blue paint that extends from on top of the orange. And then at the bottom of the nail, I used purple to draw the bottom paint, and then I also continued using that purple to draw another paint that was kind of sticking behind the blue one, and it was behind, so you kind of have to go over that blue and make sure it kind of shows up in the front. And then I also just added more paints in different colors, and also used white here and there for highlights. So just looking at the album cover, there are way more colors and I added those as well. And then you're done with this nail art design. All you have to do is just apply a generous layer of top coat to seal the design. So that was it for this BTS Airplane Part 2 nail art design. I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful and are going to recreate this design in the near future. I also hope you guys enjoy watching Burn the Stage movie if you are going to watch it, or if you've already watched it. And that's it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, Lacquer Lover, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye everyone!